So I'm going to turn sideways. I'm going to stand with my feet hips width apart. And you're going to observe in your body in just a moment whether you tend to stand forward with your pelvis or back with your butt. Those are the two main things that people do. They either go forward with their whole pelvis or they go back with their butt. And either way, whether I'm going forward or going back, and if I turn sideways for the camera, if I'm going forward, I'm going to sink into my lower back and onto my discs. And if I go back, I'm going to collapse in my lower back and onto my discs. So either way, there's no length really in the spine. Okay? So what we're going to learn how to do is how to take the top thighs back so that we're standing with the ankle, the knee, and the hip, ankle, knee, and hip in a straight line. And then we're going to draw the flesh of the buttocks down and lift the pelvic floor and the front of the body in and up, supporting it. That's it. That's it. And then we're going to let the armpit chest come up and the shoulders drop down and reach the fingertips toward the floor. And then we're going to stretch our arms overhead, grab the elbows, extend, and do a lateral tilt. Don't do it yet. We're going to do it with our hips in place, okay? And we'll do each side. And open up these side muscles. So we're finishing up the low back from this morning. All right? So everyone stand with your feet. You can have them an inch or two, a couple inches apart, not too wide. Not too wide. Make the midline of your foot parallel. So from your second and third toe through the middle of your ankle bone, through the middle of your heel, those are the parallel lines. So you don't want your heels to come in because that just means your butt is gripping and you're going to tend to jam your hips forward. So keep the heels slightly apart. Now shift back, pull up on your legs and press the top thighs back. That's it. Now when you first press the top thighs back and the weight comes into your heels, observe you feel like your butt's sticking out. Okay? That's okay. Let your top thighs stay back. Draw your tail and the flesh of your buttocks down. Lift from the pubis up in the front and just add your spine on top of your legs. There. Broaden. Some of you without even trying, your breastbone is lifted and you're taller and straighter than you normally are. Can you feel that? I can see it. Can you feel it? All right, good. Broaden the collarbones. Pin, turn your palms to face forward, and then pin the bottom edge of the shoulder blade to your back ribs to support the back of your heart. Support the back of the heart, the back of the breastbone, with the tips of your shoulder blades. Keep the weight back in your heels. Work. So the inner groins turn in and stay deep back, and then the outer shin turns out and compact the legs in. Lift from below the navel, the pubis area, up to the center of the breastbone. And broaden your chest. Very good. Can you keep your weight back there? So the buttocks is a little firm. The thighs are a little firm. But your spine is straight. Correct? Correct. Now inhale, take the arms up. Yes, you're doing fine. Inhale, take the arms up. Grab your elbows. Make it real simple. You're going to pull your right elbow up into the air as you inhale, and then you're going to tip to the left. So inhale, raise up, and tip. So a straight tip to the side, and you're going to feel this whole side stretching into the hips. Stacy, let your hips go a little bit that way. So you get right down into the hip. Get from the hip area all the way up. Are you feeling that? All right, and then inhale, come back up. Repeat the same thing, same direction 2 more times. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, tip. So you want to give that muscle a chance to loosen up. And then inhale and come back up, yes. Think of drawing your flesh of your buttocks down, top thighs back, inhale, reach up, exhale, tip. There you go. And then inhale, back up. And lower the arms down. So those of you who have a sacroiliac joint imbalance, those of you who have one leg long, one leg short, those of you who have a twist in the spine, all of you are going to have one side that's tighter, one side that's weaker on the lateral muscles, because these are 2 of the important guide wires. are these side muscles.
If one of your sides is tighter than the other, does that mean that just one of your sides is sore, or would that affect soreness on both sides?
Could be soreness on both sides. It's again the discriminating factor. One side might be weak, so it might be hard for that side to bear the load of your body tipping. The other side might be overly strong and gripping and really need to stretch, so you're going to get the sensation from that stretching. So you can get sensation, but you just have to keep repeating it until your mind can go in and make the discrimination. This is my weak side, this is my tight side. Ready? Inhale, arms up. Top thighs back. Lift your pelvic floor, pubic area lifting, tail going down. Now grab your elbows. And this time the left elbow. So inhale, take the left elbow up and tip. And then back up. And then inhale again, stretch it up. And tip, stretch from the hip. And come back up. One more time. Inhale, stretch it up. And then tip. Hold it for a breath. And you might notice that one side's tighter than the other. So of course the tighter side you would do maybe a little longer or one more repetition, right, than the weaker side. All right, and then come back out. And rest. Y'all got an idea which side is your tighter side?
So this side pinched.
When you tipped that way, right.
When I tipped to the right, it actually felt good.
Right.
Stretch it.
Right, so what do you think was happening?
Well, this is the trouble side. So
Right, so when it was pinching, what does that mean? What is pinching? If something's pinching this...
It's like protection.
No, it's a lack of space. So as she was tipping to her left, that's the side that's irritated, that's the side that's out of balance, and she felt a pinching, a cramping, meant that there was a loss of space, right? And the muscle was complaining. It was already gripping. What I'm saying to you is that muscle was probably already gripping, and then you went that way and it pinched more, but when you went the other way, you got space and length and it released, and it felt good.
So you're talking about along the side.
From the hip up here.
So much pinching along the spine on the left that I never get a stretch along the side because it's in here that it
When you're tipping to the left?
Yeah, when I'm tipping
Right.
to the left, that
Okay, and that
where-
again is a loss of space, so the pinching is still a loss of space. So what you have to do when you have to put this hand on this hip, take this arm over your head, and now you have to lift and then tip just a little bit on this side, very little. Mostly you have to make this get longer. So don't go so far that this pinches.
Yeah, well, it pinches already.
Well, then don't. Then go right here and just go. She's got a very strong scoliosis. This side of her back is 3 inches bigger than this side. Okay, she's got a very strong scoliosis. So just do the extension on this arm. Okay, now take that arm down. Now because we want this other side to strengthen, you're going to reach up and you're going to tip. Because when you... Right, but when you're tipping, now these muscles are being made to hold some weight, and then you come back. And then they're being toning. And then they're toning. So that's good. Right. So, and that's just how you have to do it. And and we'll have to work on some more specifics for you because you have a very specific situation.